NP3 Design Speed Weeks has lived up to the hype so far in the Premier Racing League, and we've had two great dual races and a first-timer pole sitter in Tommy Ryan for the Daytona 300. Tonight, it's the truck's turn to do some racing as the American Pool Supply Truck Series kicks off their season on the Global Sim Racing Channel. Most of the names might be the same, but the vehicle is different. Welcome to the American Pool Supply 150 at Daytona for Race 1 of the Premier Racing League American Pool Supply Truck Series. Welcome to the World Center of Racing. I'm Chris Scala. Sean Ambrose is with me, along with Joe Peak, who is, he's filing his taxes while directing, and of course, Central Florida's own Dougie Beard is helping us this evening. Sean, tonight starts a new era for the trucks. They got a new sponsor, American Pool Supply. No chase. The point system, well, they're kind of doing what NASCAR is doing in their own different version in this series. What can we expect tonight?
Well, we can expect 60 laps of hard, fast racing this evening. 150 miles here at the World Center of Speed. At lap 30, the top 10 drivers will receive will receive bonus points from first place, getting 10 down to 10th. Okay, so who will receive each 1 point. All right, now, so first gets 10, and then obviously 10th gets 1. So there you go. Now, the difference between NASCAR and the Premier Racing League is that the caution will not come out at halfway. They'll continue racing. So what does that mean? Well, it means big-time racing tonight, okay? With 100% fuel, you're going to be able to run out your fuel or your tires, whichever keeps you safe. And tires could be an issue here this evening, Chris, but boy, what a race this is going to be throughout this evening.
Yeah, we got a fun one for us, and I can say the truck tires I don't think are going to wear as much as those Gen 6 tires might, but we're still going to be in for some very fun racing here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. Now, for those who have missed the Patriot Fire Duels this past Thursday, which is part of the Premier Racing League, we've been in Daytona pretty much all week, and I've got me a couple of sunburns already, and Sean, I think you have too, including your beard, but let's talk about this 2.5-mile track.
Well, as you said, 2.5 miles with, let's face it, some really serious banking. 31 degrees of banking, to be exact. And, an interesting tidbit about this track, we talked about it the other night, actually, is that the dirt that created the banking was taken from that area that now we call Lake Lloyd. And, but listen, the speeds here are blinding, and 45.5-second laps, Chris. They get up in a draft. You're going to approach 200 miles an hour. It is going to be quite a show this evening. We've just about got a full field. I'm seeing 41 trucks entered for this evening. It's going to be fun to watch.
And from what I just saw over in Turn 3, it could be very interesting if people were to wreck. That's all I'm going to say to that. But wow, it's going to be a fun race, as you mentioned. Now, Sean, let's talk about the season. It's very similar to the Cup Series. They're doing 37 races in their season. How about the trucks?
They're going to do 31 this season, okay? 31 race season. Now, it's going to be 3 10-race segments where a champion will be crowned, okay? Now, the Cup Series is 12 races, okay? So in comparison, you'll have, like I said, 10-race segments. The third and last segment will be crowned, the champion will be crowned at Rockingham the week before the season finale at Atlanta. Now, that 31st race at Atlanta will crown the season-wide champion. So, a lot of fun. The format is great. Guys trying it out for the first time this season. I think everybody is pretty jazzed up and ready to go with it.
And it's going to line up to have some very fun races with this 10-race segment that kicks off tonight. And one of the bigger storylines that we have this evening, Sean, is, we don't have a champion returning to the series here. Scott Eckridge last season won over 8 races, led over 40% of the laps. He's not here tonight. He's not signed up for the series. So the question, who's going to be Scott Eckridge this year?
Ooh, wow, take your pick. So many great names here in this series. You've got the Whitson cousins, Bryce and Gary, and Brian Mellendorf. I mean, Brian Yazik is here. No Name Racing has got a team here. Jake Wright, and Big Joe Hassert, Pierre Degla. Those guys from the Lionheart IndyCar Series over here running the trucks, and that's quite a solid team. We'll see how they can do. But like I said, up and down this field, very, very deep pool of talent, Chris, and it looks like we've got qualifying going now on screen.
Yeah, unlike the Cup Series you saw 2 weeks ago where they were running single car on the broadcast here, they're just all out there on the track one time running 2 laps, single car for the next 10 minutes or so, and we should see the green somewhere around the 9:25 mark or so and start gridding at about 9:20 for the race itself, as these trucks under the lights, these trucks run so much different than the Gen 6 car. I know, I'm trying to remember back, we had a broadcast at Talladega. I think you were there with me. I'm trying to remember, but these guys punch such a big hole in the air, and the passing on the outside seems like it's a lot more easier to do compared to a Gen 6 car.
Yeah, it is, and I think tonight you will see the big runs coming from that top line, and you're going to get guys stepping out and working together up there and trying to gang up on the leaders down on the inside. What does that mean? Well, it means a lot of side-by-side racing for probably a good majority of those 60 laps here this evening, Chris, and you're not going to make a full tank of fuel for 60 laps. We're going to see at least one pit stop. The question is, will it be a green flag pit stop? These guys get out there and behave themselves and have a really good run going. We get to, that's really what I would love to get to, is the green flag pit stop, because that's where the rubber meets the road, as they say, my friend. Who can manage a clean pit stop here at Daytona?
Well, I think not only that, there's a lot of factors coming into play tonight, Sean. We got the 30-lap halfway rule comes into play, because there's no caution during that halfway point tonight. That's the one thing that's different from what NASCAR's doing. They're going to throw cautions at the end of the segments. The PRL, no, they're staying green unless there's a caution at that point at lap 30 thrown out the points. It's kind of like the old Winston $10 or $1,000 bonus or whatever they used to do about 20 years ago when they were the sponsors of NASCAR. It's what you're going to see tonight. So the question is, do you short pit at, say, lap 15 or 20 when you know you can go the rest of the way on fuel? Or do you go ahead and get past lap 30, see if you get the points, and then get the pit road to get your tires and fuel and get out?
Well, I think if you're up in that lead pack, Chris, I'm going to be really honest. Say you get a breakaway of about 6 to 8 trucks, you're probably going to run that out for about as long as you can and put as much distance between you and the bulk of the field. And as long as you have a clean pit stop, you'll maintain that distance. We'll see. We could see a pack of 30 trucks all in a line here at some point, so nothing will surprise me. 3 wide, possibly 4. You really don't want to be 4 wide at this track. You really don't want to be 3 wide, but we'll see it tonight, I'm sure.
Wait, who doesn't want to go 4 wide at Daytona?
Yeah, there's not enough room here to get that done safely.
At least we think. We'll find out tonight. But Brian Yazik right now the pole sitter, 45.995. Josh Parker, P2 by 2 1/1000ths. And you got Josh Garupa. He must have the qualifying part down here. Qualified outside pole for the 300. Now here he is, P3 with DJ Beverly and James Krahula. The top 5, as they still got about another 6 minutes to go in session. But it looks like most of the guys have already laid down a lap. 31 trucks have laid a lap down out of the 41 that are here.
Yeah, Yazik just 2 1/1000ths of a second faster than Josh Parker.
That's crazy. You can't even click your fingers that quick.
The only guys to have run 49s right now to hit that 49-second barrier. Everybody else behind him in the 50-second marker there.
Just amazing laps as we're looking to see Randy Oakham right now on the track here in the 39. He won one of the duels actually Thursday night, the one that had the big one, the netcode big one as we've titled it.
Yeah, boy. Moment of silence for the net code.
Yeah, 50013. Look at that.
Ooh,
you got
Yoakum.
4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all within 5 1,000ths of a second.
Yoakum throwing a good one down. In fact, Yoakum turned the exact same lap as James Krahula, both of them with a 50.013.
That's crazy. I mean, the times are so close here. And it looks like qualifying is just about over. You got Tommy Massey on the track right now in the 05. And it looks like he's slowing down. So it looks like the pole award is official. It's going to go to Brian Yazik for the pole, 49.995 second lap. Yazik, the winner of the second dual race Thursday night, whatever night that was. And he is going to grab the pole as we take a lap with the 55 truck. The NP3 Designs Pole Award winner in the HPP Simulations truck. You can play Scrabble with those 6 letters if you want.
Yeah, and you're going to see Yazik here. He's going to plant that truck down there on that yellow line. That's exactly where you want to be on a qualifying lap. Because let's face it, the shortest distance between 2 points is, down there on the bottom here at Daytona. He'll run it out a little bit here to the middle, but that's just to carry momentum. He'll start to tuck it back down here towards the yellow line, heading into turn 3, and continue that momentum through the bottom of the turn there.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Speed and acceleration through there.
That's that Q line. A lot of people say, and maybe you don't know if you're watching on the stream, if you're running to 500 next week on iRacing, you're going to hear somebody say, run the Q line. That right there's the Q line, for those who don't know.
And even dips it down to the apron there at the very, very end to just try and get another 1,000th of a second to get him on that pole.
Isaac winning the NP3 Designs Pole Award winner with the 49.995 second lap, so I'm sure he'll be happy carrying that momentum into the truck race tonight. But Josh Parker going to start second as we'll get the starting lineups here in about 3 minutes now. This is a situation, Sean, we're just enjoying Speed Weeks this week. We're not going to be doing all the truck races. We're not doing all the Grand National races that we'll be doing on Tuesday. But special occasions tonight, Sean, should I throw you on the spot?
Ooh. Yeah, well, you already threw me on the spot once tonight this evening, so go ahead. I'll give you a second time.
Hey, go ahead. Why don't you pick yourself a winner tonight, Mr. Ambrose?
Oh, jeez. Okay. I don't think it'll come from the pole. It very rarely ever does at Daytona. Although Yazik being up there is not a bad pick. But you know what? Give me Jake Wright. No Name Racing in the 27. Let me throw a little shade to Jake.
Jake won the pole last year's Daytona 300 and also was dual 1 winner from last season, so he knows how to get around this Daytona International Speedway. But right now we're going to take a break and get you to the national anthem as we get ready to start this American Pool Supply 150 on the Global Sim Racing Channel. And back at the Daytona International Speedway as we are ready for 150 miles, the American Pool Supply Truck Series here at Daytona for the opening race of the season. 31 races and 30 within 3 segments. 10 race segment, another 10, then you crown the big champion at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in November on the 12th. As a matter of fact, I looked up the date earlier. But next week, these guys will be racing out at Homestead Miami Speedway. Will be their next race, as they have a very interesting schedule. I was looking at some of the all-time series, and I was seeing races at South Boston. I was seeing races just at tracks you, unless you watched the trucks back in the day, never raced at.
Yeah, those, honestly, these trucks set up really nice for those little bull ring tracks. They're a lot of fun to drive. A little bit of experience doing that, but hey, you know what? This, it's time. It's time to go. I don't want to say that too much because, well, we could be infringing on something there. But hey, qualifying's done. Let's talk about this lineup, Chris.
Yeah, we got a very, very good lineup tonight. As we mentioned, the NP3 design pole award winner Brian Yasek, 49.995 second lap. He'll start alongside Josh Parker in the 81.
Josh Grupa and DJ Beverly are going to take row 2 tonight.
Row number 3, the boss man James Krahula, side of row number 3 in the 5th position. Randy Yoakum carrying that momentum from the duels. He'll start 6th.
All right, and on to row 4, it's going to be Drew Carroll on the inside. Tyler Dalton going to start 8th.
Jonathan Cadell at Steel Horse Racing number 11. He'll start there in the 9th position alongside Bryce Whitson.
And we'll go to row 6, and that's going to be Jeff Gow on the inside. And 11th, Gary Whitson will start 12th.
And there's Sean Ambrose's pick, starting in 13th position. Jake Wright, alongside him, Travis McCriston.
I'm sorry, Jake. Okay, and at 15th tonight, it's going to be Michael Krobach. Starting outside of him, Jeff Ryan.
Just to clarify, there's only one human jinx, and it's Brian Yasek. Brian Mellendorf starting inside of row number 9, alongside him, Big Joe Hassert.
All right, and then you're going to go to the 10th row, and that's going to be Ryan Howard starting 19th tonight. Devin Cannon going to start 20th.
Taking a look at 21st and 22nd, row number 11, Pierre Deigel. He won a truck race at Gateway last season that you and I covered, I believe, Sean. Terry McCoon, I believe that is, on the outside.
All right, starting 23rd tonight, going to be Dan Murray. Just outside of him in 24th, Tim Johnston.
Don Runkle Jr. inside row number 13, alongside him, Todd Kirkwood.
All right, 27th, going to go to Billy Dungate. And 28th, Jonathan Lawrence.
I'm going to try not to get this man's name wrong like I seem to do every race. Mark Nobert in the starting in the 29th position. Nobert is, alongside him is Reed Rundell.
All right, and 31st, going to go to Benny Ellison tonight. 32nd, Brad Collins.
What I was going to say is Hard Drive Motorsports, Mark Nobert. I was trying to get that out. But row number 17, Rick Thompson, Tommy Amassi there in 34th.
All right, Fred Thompson and Calvin Filarski going to round out the next row.
Norman Peltier the third, John Wilco there in row number 19.
All right, going to run out the last 3 here. Martin Hatches in 39th, Casey Campbell 40th, and Stephen Herring in 41st.
There you go, 41 trucks. Going to go tailgating on the 2.5-mile Daytona International Speedway here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. We appreciate everybody watching so far this evening. If you want to chat up, as we always say, we have our chats up. Sean's chatting, I'm here. We all are chatting with you tonight. If you have any questions or anything you want to share with us, feel free to say whatever's on your mind. Just don't say anything mean about Sean.
Chris, as they head down this backstretch, I got to tell you, this is going to be some start. I'm trying to see if anybody's opted to start from the pits. I don't believe so. I think we've got all 41 on track.
Yeah, I see everybody. You got cars coming off of turn 2 trying to do the old, I'm going to start in the back line deal. These guys, Brad Collins, Rick Thompson, Casey Campbell, Fred Thompson, John Wilco, these guys are coming in 3 and 4 while they're trying to sort it out on the backstretch. It looks like a fire drill back there. Well, Sean, we covered qualifying last Thursday night. We had the duels this past Thursday. And we get to do some more racing here. The Premier Racing League. It's the American Supply, Pool Supply 150. 60 laps of green as we're underway at Daytona.
Oh, we got black flags being thrown. Cars not getting where they needed to be. We got this started.
I think I've already found Scott Eckert. Appears to be the admin tonight.
It appears to be. Hey, let's talk about Brian Yasek. Shot out of a cannon.
Reddy's truck's trying to sort him out. Brian Yasek getting some help.
Skrupa right up under that wicker right there. Skrupa giving him a nice push.
Yazik wanting to lead that first lap of the season at HPP simulation number 55. He's got the 25 there behind him. And the 4 car also, James Grahula trying to push him on the inside.
These boys are hooked up as they come across the line.
Now again, technically they're racing 2 races here. You got the race to lap 30 for bonus points, and then the race to lap 60 for the actual win when it's all over with. Now what will happen at lap 30 is they'll give away 10 all the way down to 1 from 1st to 10th position in bonus points, and I believe there'll also be potentially something else when it's all over with, but there will be no caution. That's the one thing that will not show up. Outside line getting formed up pretty well there on the with Josh Parker.
Well, we got a whole pack of trucks back here that had just lost that lead draft altogether. We've got about 8 trucks all the way at the back of the field that are just not in this thing. Probably not a bad place to be if things erupt up front here.
A 1 car up in the wall in the front straightaway in the back there. Couldn't see who that is. Towards the end of the pack. Looked like he tried to go to the high side there and he smacked the wall trying to see who that is.
Yeah, that was Martin Hatches, actually, in the number 30. He got a piece of it and definitely got him off pace.
Skrupa pushing Yazik out there in the front. We're going to try to get a replay of Patches if we can. Otherwise, though, some great racing up here in the front, 2 by 2, all the way back like the start of the race. Yazik keeping it pinned to that white line. It's his best friend right now.
It really is, Chris. That's really where you want to be. Let them beat you on the top side if they can. Those guys having a little bit of trouble hooking up and running in line together right now up top there.
Well, the one thing also you got to recognize, too, is they're probably not being as impatient on that outside. They could easily be pushing each other down the straightaways. That would be helping them, but right now it looks like everybody's just kind of minding their P's and Q's, running, logging laps, because you can't win the race on lap 6 or on lap 3, but you can surely lose it.
Absolutely.
Oh, 3 wide mid-pack.
Somebody always winds up in the middle, Chris.
Looks like the middle might be the right place to go right now. Out though. The 5 right there. That's Dan Murray, Daytona 300 champion, working his way through the field. That was the 41, by the way, Brian Mellendorf, that got thrown 3 wide. Had a lot of chat going on in the room here, just looking around to see how people are driving. So far, so good, though.
Oh, boy, big run by Pierre Degla in the 14, the Monster Energy. Toyota. He got a big run through there.
Now, Pierre running back in the 18th position there, mid-pack, as these trucks, they definitely move around with the air. Sorting out 2, almost 3 wide at times. That outside line starting to come back to work.
Dan Murray already up 10 spots. The number 30.
1 car back here on the apron. Mark Nobert had to make a save off of turn 2. I heard somebody apologize.
Yeah, actually, Nobert got a little help from the 43. The 43 got a little loose coming off the turn.
Wow, nice save.
Yeah, it was a nice save. That was Reed Rundell in the 43. You're going to see a little bit of contact, a little door-to-door contact here with the 37 and the 43. Mark Nobert there in the 37, that black truck with the green wicker on the back. And the contact, and Nobert does a really good job of saving it there on that yellow line down below the apron.
Continue on green and look up front, new leader. Or at least for a second there, Yazik starting to get the run on that bottom, but that outside line is starting to truck, no pun intended.
Pun taken. Yeah, it is starting to move, and here they come. There's the momentum we were talking about. They're starting to get a little comfortable up there.
Now that time by the line, it was Yazik barely, but Josh Parker. Hey, what? How do you? If you're like the 8th or 10th place truck, back where like Michael Krolak is, they're about 5th in line outside. How do you not get impatient here, knowing that you can't go anywhere?
Well, that's the thing. You can't go anywhere, so just drive. That's all you can do is just drive.
Yeah,
hang on to it.
Right? Because you kind of have no control. And this is where I've always shared. You want to be on the outside, my opinion, because you got more room up there where the wall is to avoid a wreck than you do sitting on the bottom with a yellow line there. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can go to the grass, but it just seems like what comes up must come down, right? Isn't that some kind of law?
We have a differing opinion here. We're going to agree to disagree on this. I like the safety of that low line. I'm sorry, I like it down there.
I don't know, I just feel like that with a truck on your outside or a car on your outside, you kind of don't have control of what that car is going to do sliding down into, where you can kind of see a car kind of slide up into you and you can push yourself up the track to miss them.
Josh Parker getting a big push from DJ Beverly right now. It's not quite enough. We haven't talked much about the side drafting going on. Much like you see in NASCAR on actual television, it's happening here. There's a side drafting there between Parker and Yazik. A lot of it going on there, and what Parker's trying to get to do is get down there and break his momentum and keep those two trucks close.
And that's what it's all about, and that's what helps. Is there somebody's in the sucker hole there in the middle? The 7, Krolbach, I just talked about him. He's going to make that move. 13 up there on that outside. Actually, I stand correct. That might be the 19 I'm seeing up there. Oh no, 19's in the middle now. Krolbach goes to the high side with a 13. That's Gary Whitson up there in the 13.
Whoa. Jonathan Cadell gets shuffled out all the way down to the apron.
That's one of those deals just fall to the back.
He took his toys and went home.
Like, I'm out.
Randy Yoakum stuck in the middle with you, buddy. Oh, boy. Yoakum right up there on the door. Gary Whitson almost makes contact.
The truck racing here in Daytona. The American Pool Supply Truck Series. A Las Vegas-based company.
Krolbach just slips in right behind Yoakum there. We got him 3 wide now, Chris.
Whitson
3 wide and committed to it.
Oh, and Krolbach's in the wall.
Oh, boy.
And 4th is like, and I can always think of that famous line from Stroker Race and Harry Gant. I just can't say one of the words. Oh, man, here we go again. Here's the censored version.
Oh, man.
All this has done is kind of hurt that high line. Parker had a chance for the lead. Look at...
and Parker just drops back down to the middle there.
Smart move, but here comes Whitson that outside.
Ooh, Parker trying to break Whitson's momentum there. Getting that bumper a little wide, heading into the turn. You know Whitson had to check up.
Out of it. He's definitely got to be careful here. Oh, Whitson contact there. Whitson, is he in the wall? Oh, listen to some of the words Drew Carroll. Had Drew Carroll up there on that outside pushing Whitson. He's just telling the 81, he's like, dude, you got to be careful. We got to run like that. Don't come up like that.
Here they come again. Ooh. Who is that? Almost got loose down there on the bottom. That was the 99. Bryce Whitson almost out of shape.
I'm sensing some kind of weather warning for Daytona right now. Is it a tornado warning? Meaning like the storm's about to brew here in the front?
This is a ticking time bomb.
3 wide for the lead.
Yazik's at the top of the whip right now.
You know, they always said the lead is the safest place to be in a restrictor play. I think right now that's not the answer.
Yazik's got a great battle up here. Josh Parker, give him all he can handle.
$14 laps in the book already. Gonna have some lap traffic here. I don't know what the best move to do here is. Way, I guess.
Well, I think the lap traffic has to acknowledge what's coming behind them. They got to find a way to get down to the apron when these guys get here.
I mean, the smart would be the high side. See, they're going to be coming up on Casey Campbell and Martin Hatches.
Yeah, Martin had that trouble early. Those two doing a good job, Casey and Martin doing a good job of working together, but it's a really, really big, angry pack of cars that's coming after him.
And Parker leads that lap. So we'll give him I guess there'd be a bonus point there, but there's no bonus points anymore for the whole leading a lap deal with the new point system, as far as I know.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Yeah, they're telling the guys, stay single file. As Parker's going to get pushed out front, so first lead change officially. As they come up on these two lap trucks, they need to get higher. Oh my gosh, they're all splitting and we got pit stops happening.
Oh, yes, we
right at halfway, as I mentioned, at lap 15 mark. One is in, Pierre Deigel is in, Joe Hassert, Jake Wright.
No Name Racing coming in together as a team decision.
They're not really worried about the points then, obviously, when it comes to bonus points. They just want to get the pit stop out of the way now and go the rest of the way on green.
Looks like all three get down and away in time. Look at that. Great pit stop by that team.
A nice job. That's how you teamwork right there, and they're going to get out there together, and they should be able to tandem up here. Now, if they get a caution, guess who the leaders are? Those three guys right there.
Boy, what a great race so far, Chris. These guys are really just nailing it right now. Look who's jumped up to the lead. Drew Carroll.
Got Whitson back there. You got Krobach and got the 99 also pushing back there. Of Bryce Whitson. So the cousins trying to work their way to the front.
Yazik finds himself stuck down there in the bottom in second place. Doing a good job of following Parker.
So again, for the new viewers, coming up in 12 laps will be the end of the first segment. They will not throw a caution. They'll just throw bonus points as Drew Carroll leads that lap. And this could be how it finishes here in 12 laps.
Man, I'm very impressed this evening. Everybody, they're on their best behavior, like I talked about early, Chris. We've already seen one set of green flag stops from one team. I think we're going to get to it. And man, once the dominoes start to fall, whew, it's going to be fun. Get your notepad out. Start keeping track, folks. I have jinxed absolutely nothing. I have jinxed absolutely nothing, I'm going to say. Yes, the green flag is still out.
That's all that matters. As they combine lap 19, they're going to come up on those three trucks. This whole pack of about 15 trucks here in this lead draft, they're going to catch three trucks pretty easily with the way these speeds are. But they might be able to hold on out front if they get to these three trucks. We'll have to see. Chatting in the stream tonight.
It's been a lot of patience, a lot of give and take here. I don't think anybody wants to be that guy right now.
Yeah, it seems like lately, if you are in the group that is the Premier Racing League drivers on Facebook, they seem to roast whoever starts the big one. And yeah, you look at last season, Krahula into 300. He got roasted for a whole entire year. That got close there on the inside. And then
Gary Whitson had a moment.
Of course, I lose a driver who Thursday night, race 2. I've lost a guy, Paul Pepper. Thank you. He's been getting roasted all weekend.
Yes. Would you like a little pepper with your roast?
Somebody's a little salty, I would say. So we got some pit stops here. It looks like Jeff Ryan going to come to pit road in the 88.
Oh, got a bunch of them starting to make their call. Reed Rundell just called out.
Out of the pack they come, yeah. Ooh. Oh, here comes a lot.
Half the field. Half the field.
Speed. Scrooper's locking them up.
Ooh,
contact on pit road somewhere.
Oh, and a 92 just gets spun around. Jeff Gall gets spun around on pit lane, trying to get into his box. He's past it now. Gall is past his box. Well, apparently not. Actually, I see the car up on the jack.
I think the most amazing part here is that 25 did not get black flagged. How did he not?
Here comes Yazzie.
The worst case.
Oh, I thought he was going to come down, but he didn't. He made a move to the left and then brought it back up. Oh, they're catching No Name Racing, but I got a feeling they're getting ready to dip in any second here. Yazzie still getting that push from Drew Carroll. Whitson all alone up there by himself. Gary trying to make it work.
Up on the 92 of Jeff Gallen, just coming off pit road. He's almost near that wall. He's got to get off it. If I'm now, you're at lap 23, stay out. Might as well stay out now. Look at the run by the 13, though.
Yeah, this group right now is still on track, not taking their pit. And I got to, hey, hats off to Gary Whitson. Oh, contact between him and Yazzie.
They saved it.
They saved it, but Whitson going to drop like a rock through the field. He makes the heart of the contact. Yazzie now off pace also, getting past.
Oh, we got some blocking here. The 87 of Drew Carroll. This on replay, this is nuts. How do you get hooked like that and not get the wall?
So close. I mean, look at that contact. They're really, really close.
Code.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there actually was contact, but what a great job by both drivers to keep those trucks going. But Yazzie going to drop all the way back to 11th place as a result of that.
Yeah,
Whitson right there with him.
Yeah, I'm looking for Gary. Yeah, Whitson's right there with him, it looks like. So a tough break for them, but they'll have the pit stop coming up. Not to mention, we're 6 laps away from that halfway point. Up on the 14 of Pierre Daigle, who's lost a draft, but he should be fast enough. He'll be able to hold up front here with these guys, I think. Got the 7 of Krobach taking a peek to the outside.
Now Pierre's teammates are just up in front of him, up on the top side. Jake Wright and Big Joe Hassert working at a high line. Pierre going to probably jump up there and follow him.
The leaders of the race, do you try to jump up there to get the track position here? Or do you jump to the bottom here?
Yeah, now see, these 3 trucks can now dictate what happens behind them. Those drivers, all the lead lap back there, getting ready to pit.
Well, look at Michael Krolbach. He has dropped to the bottom. The leader is about 4th on the outside line. Drew Carroll, and here comes Krolbach to the inside. He's going for the lead.
This is nuts. Drew Carroll up there behind all these lap trucks right now.
Carroll able to make that move down.
The tail end of the lead lap.
Yeah, and Carroll made a move down in front of Krobach, so he's able to hold the lead. But here comes that outside line. The 81, Josh Parker.
Ooh, the 43 is loose and around.
And the leaders contact. Everybody's good still. Now they're wrecking. The 45 spinning.
Oh my! No,
and they're still green.
Flag. They're able to. Oh, are you kidding me?
The 45 went around of.
It started with Reed Rundell. It started with the 43 of Reed Rundell, out of shape, coming out of turn 4.
Or the 43. I was calling it the 45.
Yeah, I can't believe they all got through this without a caution flag.
It's got to be a bunch of damaged trucks.
Watch the 43 get loose down on the apron. Pierre cuts his nose off right there. The 43 goes down, and he just can't save it. They make evasive moves behind him. You see the contact there with the 5, and
no
everybody
caution.
Keeps going. Green flag.
Wow. Now it's all split up. The pack itself here comes some more cars to pit road. Josh Parker's coming. Also the 51. I believe that's Terry McCowan, I believe is how you would pronounce that name, but they're on pit road.
Yeah, McCowan's in, and the leaders stay out.
We're going to have to keep track of that because there's 2 laps before the bonus points get awarded.
Jake Wright, Big Joe Hassert, and P.A. Degla have managed to hold off the leaders, but they are here, and they have caught them. Drew Carroll, Michael Krobach got it wide open.
Up to complete lap 29. This is going to be the final lap of this segment. They're going to stay green, though. So we'll award some bonus points after this lap. Two cars right here in the middle of this pack. The 87 of Drew Carroll, the 7 of Michael Krobach. The 33 truck that you're seeing behind him there is a lap down. That being Ryan Howard in the 35th position, a lap down. Let's see if Krobach tries to make a move here. He's jumping to the high side. Not going to do it, so give Carroll the 10 bonus points right there for leading it halfway. And you hear Krobach get a call for his pit stop now.
Now it's time to pit, yeah.
So basically, Carroll will get 10, Krobach's getting 9, and Billy Tungate's in the grass over here in 1 and 2, the 03 truck.
Oh, we don't need a caution right now. I can think of 3 drivers that would like that, but we don't need it.
And Dan Murray is taking his truck behind the wall. Oh, wow. You're going to see here, they're going to go 3 wide through the tri-oval. And the 00 is going to come down. Don Runkle Jr. makes contact.
Yeah, with Tungate, and he hits it pretty good there. Don't see a lot of damage on the truck there after the spin.
Ply truck, though, not in good shape there as they continue.
Oh, big contact on pit road, the 62.
Action everywhere. Don Wilco. Don Wilco talking about what happened. You see Krobach and Carroll and everybody leaving pit road. Don Runkle Jr., Bryce Witts, and all these guys off pit road. Well, there's the contact. Trying to see the other truck there. Is that the 38? 38 of Williams. Going gliding into the wall.
Big, that's actually Devin Cannon in the 38.
Correction.
Big trouble there, though, man. That's pretty, I hate to say it, but pretty sloppy. Well, that's kind of thrown things up in the air. Brad Collins is now your leader. And he hasn't pitted.
Josh Parker's taking his car behind the wall, the outside pole sitter.
It's pandemonium. Here comes Brad Collins right now. He's up there on the top side, got some help behind from the 76 of Rick Thompson.
Yeah, this is your lead pack right here. This pack of about 9 cars with Brad Collins, Rick Thompson, Fred Thompson.
Former U.S. Senator Fred Thompson and noted television actor.
Yeah, actor, right? It's Mark Novert up here, and then Tommy Masi. Here's the weird part about this. These guys started 32nd, 33rd, 35th, 28th, 29th, and 34th, and they're your top 6.
And they are running, baby. Love it.
How many of these guys have not pitted yet?
They have not. They're taking that fuel just as long as they can run it.
What they don't need is a caution.
But the top 5 right now, all hooked up and trying to get to that pit stop without a caution.
These guys can go about 40 to 42 on a tank of fuel.
And by the way, that top 3, that's the Speed Mafia there.
Oh.
Collins and Rick and Fred Thompson. So, the teams all have a plan. Comes down to good teamwork there, Chris. Collins with a good lead, his teammates right behind him. They're not going to do it this time. Going to keep it out there. We have 5 trucks on track that have not, 6 trucks. Tommy Massey has not pitted yet either. He's about just a little over a second back from this group. Boy, the window's got to be getting close to closing here on these boys. Very little fuel in the tank left at this point, and the trucks seem to be handling fine. Oh, the 66 moving to the top. Jonathan Lawrence to the outside. Speed Mafia is going to stay out on track. Top 5 having a little fun right now. Their pit stop's going to be something to watch. It's got to be clean. It's got to be super tight. Drivers coming on the radio, starting to make their plans here, talking about teaming up. Don't want to lose certain packs. Once you lose a draft, you've lost it until you get a yellow flag. And well, with the way this race has gone, I think the yellow is extinct this evening. Our leader's getting by the lap truck of the number 43 there. We saw his trouble earlier. Reed Rundell still hanging in there. .23 laps to go. Still waiting on this pit stop by our leaders. They're going to run it dry. And here we go. Will they pit this time? Coming off of turn 4. And is there going to be any drama? Not this time. And they've got trucks in front of them. They're getting ready to catch.
They're coming up on 20 to go, Sean. As you mentioned, these guys haven't pitted yet. They can only go another 2 or 3 laps on a tank.
Yeah, two laps is what I've got right here, is what I've estimated.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was going to say they might be coming now, but I see the 66 jumping back out of line. Now, I should say the lead pack that will be the leaders once these guys pit are only about 12 seconds back. Josh Garupa is actually leading that line. As you see them right there on the camera, Garupa in the 25 car. Let's see what the leaders do here. They're staying out.
Boy, they're really hoping on a caution here at this point.
As they go by the lap truck to 62. That's John Wilco there. Wilco 2 laps down now.
What a race up front here.
Obviously, race, period.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these three are working together, but the management of the fuel has been awesome with what they've been able to do, and they've got the rest of these guys behind them. But boy, if they'd have been lucky enough to catch a caution, it really would have worked out for them. But I just don't know if they're going to get that kind of luck this evening. The field has really spread out now, Chris. And,
yeah, Mark Nober just cued the mic saying, I'm at the pit this time. So these guys have to come this time or somebody's going to run out of fuel.
And Nober really dropping back off pace.
You wonder if he's giving space to these guys so that everybody can get to pit road here. Now, these guys have actually pulled away from that other pack. The other pack's now 13 seconds back because they're side by side. So Nobert's going to come to pit road.
And they are not.
Another lap. Have these guys gone to digging? Have these guys gone to the Scott Dixon School of Fueling?
They may have, because they are still digging. Wow.
You really got to wonder about Brad Collins. He's up there in the front. He's poking the air for everybody here.
Now, can't forget about the 66 there, Jonathan Lawrence. He's still got a pit too. Now, he's falling back off of those guys. And he's stuck up on the high side. If they decide to go now, he's all by himself up there. Oh, they're going to stay out for another lap.
Let me check their fuel tanks.
Ooh.
And I'm seeing the telemetry up here. The top 4 have run 42 laps on this run.
They must have really done some serious drafting in the early stages of this race to save that fuel.
The only thing I can think you could do here now, as you know what, I think we just lost Jonathan Lawrence. Did he run out of gas? Okay, never mind. I thought I saw somebody fall off the pace, but here come the leaders. They're going to come this time. Now, knowing this is going to be a time stop, they're going to get in there and they're not going to take the whole fuel. I don't see maybe 2 tires and a half tank of fuel.
You don't even need a half tank. Well, maybe just right at about a half tank. Yeah, Chris. Good call.
Left side's on one, right side's on the other. 2 tires.
Yeah.
Well, you know why you do left sides? It's actually a quicker stop. You see the leaders have gone by. They're over in turn 1 and 2. The leader is going to be Josh Garupa, the man who won the outside pole for the Daytona 300. Went on vacation, decided not to run the duels. Apparently he still thinks his vacation's going as he's riding up front.
Well, looks like everything is cycled around, and, well, as a good friend of ours says from time to time, the cream has risen to the top.
1 car in the apron got a little loose there. Kurahula. I think he got that nose on the apron.
Just looking for an excuse to Kurahula the field.
Boy, there's that term for the first time.
He knows it's a good fun. But the Patriot Fire Silverado is in the lead. Josh Garupa. DJ Beverly, the O2, been up there all night, Chris.
Yeah, Beverly's done a great job. Randy Yoakum up there in the 4th position. How about Tyler Dalton, Carolina driver, up there in 5th? Now, the one thing we haven't had tonight, and I don't want to be the guy to say this, but for sponsor reasons, we haven't had a Coastal Safety Auditors caution. Oh, they're checking up. There's no wreck.
Oh, boy.
Of course, I'm speaking now, and here we go.
Oh,
they're going to go 3. They're going to go 4
man.
wide, and here they go.
Oh,
and
they're in the wall. Oh, and it was contact with the 19, and I think it was the 39.
Oh, somebody else has got tagged on the back.
Yeah, it was Tyler Dalton and Randy Yoakum got together, and fortunately, Jeff Ryan got caught in that too and suffers damage to his truck.
Tommy Amasi's in the grass on the back. Randy Yoakum, you mentioned him, and, well, I started to say it, but there's your first Coastal Safety Auditors caution. Or the caution, I should say, so we'll get the Coastal Safety Auditors lucky dog. I'll get it right.
Wow, we were just tempting fate there with that, and wow.
I was just trying to make sure our bills were paid, man. Kind of a catch-22 for us. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll reset, and we'll get you ready for the last 10 laps here of the race here, the Premier Racing League at Daytona. You're watching the Global Sim Racing Channel. Got 12 laps to go in the American Pool Supply 150 here at the Daytona International Speedways. We just got our first caution when some lap cars kind of gotten, I don't want to say got in the way, but got involved with some of the racing for the lead. And we saw some contact and a couple trucks going around, Tommy Mosley being one of them. But in the end, Mark Nobert ended up getting the Coastal Safety Auditors Lucky Dog, your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services, Coastal Safety Auditors. And I believe the dog was named Brutus, if I remember from last year.
Yes, and Brutus will be back.
I'm not good with names. I've never been good with names.
He's not with us tonight, but he will be back.
He's still on winter vacation. Take a look at your leaderboard as of right now. Josh Karupa started there on the 4th position, I believe. He is up in the lead, started 3rd, actually. James Grahula running in 2nd. DJ Beverly 3rd. Drew Carroll, Michael Krolbach, your top 5. Jonathan Cadell, Big Joe Hassett, really good run there in 7th. Ryan Howard, Jake Wright, somebody's pick. And Pierre Deigel up in 10th.
Yeah, and so that's No Name Racing sitting there in the top 10. And remember, they were the ones to dip their toes into the green flag pit stop waters very early in this race, Chris. A strategy that you called as a possibility in the pre-race show.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that because now they can go the rest of the way. Now they're going to have a little bit more worn out tires, but I don't think it's going to be a difference as Josh Garupa is going to take the high line here when we get one to go, and we are going to have a 10-lap shootout to the finish. Those in chat, who you think's going to win it?
Yeah, and the top 20 did not pit, Chris. Top 20 on track all stayed out.
So Brian Yazik going to be the first on new tires and 21st. Uh-oh, we might have to watch him. He might be shooting through the field a little bit.
Boy, he's going to have a lot of work to do. I wish him the best. That's a tough place to get restarted from back there. Chris, realistically, depending on if there's another caution flag, it could be the last caution flag in this race. So
could
we're getting down to what they call nut gutting time right now.
The nitty gritty, as we say. But
yes,
we should mention he's going to have Gary Whitson back there with him. Tyler Dalton's going to have some damage probably on his truck. He was involved in that in the 19. You got Bryce Whitson and Jeff Ryan who will be back there with Brian Yazik. So we'll see. And you got Fred Thompson, everyone's favorite actor, running there in 20th. But needless to say, right now it's between Skrupa, Krahula, and Beverly. Sounds like a law firm, but they're running 1, 2, and 3.
It does sound like a law firm.
You can call them at some weird phone number with probably the same number in the whole thing. As in like all 8s or all 9s. Or... Anyways, here we go. Pace car going to pull off. Skrupa's on the high line. He has Drew Carroll there behind him to give him the push. And here we go, 10 to go.
I love that sound of the engines getting wound up there, Chris.
Somebody had that planned out. Skrupa gets in front of Krahula, so it looks like they had that worked out in the law firm. 1, 2, 3, if you want to call it that.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they're checking up in the middle. 3 wide. Somebody shot the gap in the middle. '76 is who that was. Greg Thompson making moves.
Jake Wright, Big Joe Hassert down on the bottom, getting hooked up. They are just behind Skrupa and Krahula. Top line's holding strong. Chris, this is going to be a drag race in the end.
Oh my gosh. Here. We're on for something here. Is DJ Beverly going to lead that lap?
Ooh, yes, he is. Going to do it with Krobach right behind him. Man, they've got some big momentum right now.
That high line is coming to work when you got good pushers like Krobach and Drew Carroll. They'll work their way up there. Watching Brian Yazik up to the 18th position. He is in that 3rd pack of trucks on the outside. Up in that high line with Whitson following him. We'll keep an eye on him as Skarupa goes back to the front.
To Yazik's credit, he got a good start there. Good restart. He's in the mix. He can make it up there. 8 laps to go, Chris.
Oh, they're going 3 wide for the lead.
Oh, boy.
Side draft, Krobach went high.
DJ Beverly stuck there all by himself. Big Joe Hassard on the inside of Beverly. Krobach on the outside.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Yo, Hassard all the way up on Krahula. Good job by DJ hanging on there in the middle.
Ooh, did Carroll kiss the wall?
Ryan Howard coming up through the middle to help DJ out.
Howard coming up. Here comes another truck up the middle. We're going to be 3 deep, 4 rows deep.
Oh, boy.
I'll make that 5 rows.
That's Norman Pelletier there in the 56 there in the middle now.
Oh, my. When 1st through 12th is within a second.
McQuiston's in the middle. One of our directors just said it. Oh dear.
Thou have no faith.
Oh, look at Krobach here up on the outside. He's starting to edge up to the side of Beverly. It's real close.
They've been doing this for 2 laps straight.
Wow. And then poor Yazik stuck back here behind all of this.
Like, boss, I got nowhere to go.
It looks like Yazik's going to choose the middle. Is he? Yep, he's going to stick it in there.
That outside line's starting to kind of fall apart.
Which outside line?
The far outside. That 3rd lane.
Don't be so sure about that.
Oh, yeah, I said that. Here they come. The 41 up there in the top. Brian Mellendorf.
Oh.
Mellendorf's in 12th. Look where he is in the pack. He's a 3rd car outside.
Wow. This is going to be some kind of finish.
5 to go. We're at the point of no return.
Oh.
Look at McQuiston fill that the 93.
Yazik joins the top line. Yazik's on the very back of that top line, trying to get him to move forward.
Last time by, McQuiston crossed the line 9th. He is now going for 5th in the middle.
And DJ Beverly in this lead as they head through the middle of the turn. But here comes the 25 of Josh Garupa down there on the bottom.
You are looking at...
Oh!
Here they go.
And that's it.
Big wreck in the back, and I believe Beverly's going to win it. Wow, carnage.
Wow. Wow, Chris. We're
Can we do
watching
this
the
again?
replay here. Watching the replay here, and it looks like it started there on the bottom, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
That truck just comes up the lane a little bit. Yeah, I think we're getting ready to... We're going to go on board with Yazik here in a moment. We're going to show you what his view looked like from on board his truck. But this is just a mess across the start-finish line. It's basically Chris, who wasn't involved in this one. Most of the field here gets some piece of this.
Should we play a trivia question of will Yazik get in this or not? Matter of fact, Yazik's on the mic.
He's calling it. He's calling his camera shot. Yeah, well, Yazik, we're playing it, and here you go on board. Oh,
he gets a piece there. Wow.
And it's
in the
gone.
C's part.
Wow. I got to be honest. That they were doing so well. I really thought they were going to make it to the very end there.
Still got 3 laps to go here. Maybe we ought to go on board with the 13. He was right there behind Yazik, I believe. Of Whitson, Gary Whitson. I think he gets in this because he's 12th right now. As I'm looking at the standings, you got DJ Beverly first, Josh Garupa second, Ryan Howard third. How about this? Norman Pelletier, who started 37th, is 4th.
Yeah,
You see Whitson right there. He's a middle line right there. The red and white. Yeah, the hot box pizza truck there. Oh, he gets tagged.
That's a nice panoramic view. And nice spin and gets through. Good on him.
And the mosquitoes will be taken care of tonight as I'm looking at Travis McQuiston's Toyota right now throwing a black smoke.
You know, Whitson was able to hold station there in 12th place after getting through that.
I'm seeing smoke everywhere on this track. Looks like somebody's blew up.
The 88 Jeff Ryan, his truck is in bad shape. He's throwing down a lot of smoke right now.
We're gonna need Amjad Yamin to get his cleaning crew out here or something. This is bad.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm not coming to the pit.
Not at all.
I'm gonna stay on the track.
You mentioned unacceptable racing look like gonna sweep the top 3 for what I'm seeing here. But DJ Beverly and Asuka Free Racing. Number 02 is on his way to victory.
What a great finish we had working there.
What a great race.
Oh, man. Yeah, this one's going to be legendary. There was some great racing going on here this evening.
The reason why I said I wanted to do the Daytona races, Sean.
That 3 wide racing there towards the end, one of the drivers just piped in about it, but that 3 wide racing there at the end was exciting. It was really, really clean, and honestly, what we saw there at the end was just a byproduct of that type of racing. It was probably just a little bit of aero push there, a little bad aero there that caused that that truck to drift up just a little bit, and of course then unleash the hounds. You know what I mean?
That's exactly it. And it's just a tough break that all those trucks are involved there, especially in the last couple of laps.
And one of the things they do in the Premier Racing League is it's a claim league. You have to claim your caution, whoever feels they're responsible for it. And that's going to be one where I think the drivers are going to have to go back and look, because it's easy for me to sit here and say, well, it was the truck down on the inside. But, honestly, kind of a racing deal again. Like I said, that could have just been bad air. These trucks, most of these cars on the super speedways, Chris, I think you'll disagree, at times you're really not in control.
No,
they will do funny things on you.
And they will. I don't disagree with that one bit. But yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation there that happened. Now, I didn't see with the wreck that happened who happened to be the lucky dog, but we'll go ahead and throw a mention out there about the Coastal Safety Auditors Lucky Dog Award. Unfortunately, we don't know who it was, but we'll say this: Coastal Safety Auditors, your one-stop shop for fire and life safety equipment and services. Check out Coastal Safety Auditors. And, well, I'm wearing the white flag on the back straightaway. We still got a smoke fest going on out there.
The brisket is on and should be ready about tomorrow morning for breakfast.
Let's note, I did not bring up the food reference tonight, Joe.
Our director in one of those funny time zones that still hasn't eaten dinner yet, so he's we love playing these types of games on him here late in the evening, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Well, and I'm sure a weird schedule by our director doesn't hurt either, but a little speculation here in the chat on YouTube, Chris. Maybe they're saying a little net code on that big one.
Well, that could change things. Well, in the end, 60 laps, 150 miles of great racing and laps of 3x3x3, but unfortunately it's going to end under caution, and it's going to be the 0-2. DJ Beverly leading a 1-2-3 for unacceptable racing and winning the American Pool Supply 150 in Daytona.
Wow. What a run for
Skrupa.
those guys.
Yeah, Howard, Peltier, Michael Krobach gets 5th. Some of those smoke trucks did end up getting back to the line. So we'll chat with the top 3 finishers tonight as DJ Beverly's going to celebrate himself a win. And we'll come back and talk to the top 3 and go over the final results here in American Pool Supply 150 as you're watching the Global Sim Racing channel. And back at the Daytona International Speedway, the American Pool Supply 150 in the books. DJ Beverly is gone to victory lane after a wild race that saw one caution in the first 50 laps. And needless to say, the storm finally brewed as we got to 5 laps to go in a big wreck involving a pretty good portion of the field. And this is how they stack up tonight. DJ Beverly getting the win. Josh Skrupa finishing in the second position. Ryan Howard third. Norman Peltier started 37th and finished 4th this evening. Michael Krobach finishing 5th.
All right, and then sixth place going to go to Brad Collins. James Grahula going to finish 7th. Brian Yazik in 8th. Rick Thompson 9th. And Tyler Dalton 10th.
The Whitson cousins going to get 11th and 12th. Gary finishing in that 11th position. Bryce Whitson finishing in 12th. 13th, Travis McQuiston. Jonathan Cadell finishing 14th. Big Joe Hastert 15th. Fred Thompson, not the actor, finished 16th. Jake Wright 17th. Mark Nobert finishing 18th. Randy Oakham, Todd Kirkwood, your top 20.
All right, it's going to be Jeff Ryan, 21st tonight. 22nd, go to Tim Johnston. Tommy Amassi, 23rd. Benny Ellison, 24th. Terry McEwen, 25th. Devin Cannon will take 26th tonight. Reed Rundell, tough night for him. He'll finish 27th. 28th, going to go to Stephen Haring. And 29th, Brian Mellendorf. And rounding out your 30, Jeff Gow.
Brian Mellendorf was running up there in the middle of that pack when that wreck happened. You see how one wreck can affect everything for your race. Pierre Daigle, 31st. John Wilco, 32nd. Don Ruckle Jr., 33rd. Billy Tungate, 34th. Casey Campbell finishing 35th. Jonathan Lawrence, 36th. Calvin Filarski, 37th. Drew Carroll going to get 38th. Martin Hatches, 39th. Josh Parker finishing 40th. And Dan Murray, the Daytona 300 winner from last season, 41st, I should say, in the final rundown. And I think it's about time we go to victory lane here, and we'll bring in DJ Beverly, the 02 truck. And DJ, got to be celebrating this one, my friend. Congratulations. What a wild race that was.
Yeah, that was really crazy, man. Thank God for teammates.
Well, DJ, talk about the 3 wideness up there. You guys went 3 or 4 laps of, 5 rows of 3 deep.
Oh, man, I had my eyes closed the whole time. I was just trying to hold it in the middle, and right there at the end, I kind of lost my drafting partner, and then I looked behind me. Here come Ryan. So, man, he saved me.
Yeah, I was going to say, Krolbach jumped to the high side on you. Did you think you were done at that point?
I wasn't sure. They were really strong up there too, but it's just the luck of the draw, you know. Most of the time I'm in the big wrecks right off the get-go, so finally the monkey is off my back.
And it's got to be nice to happen here at Daytona, first race of the season. You still got a couple more races to run this week, and this could be that momentum for you that you need.
Oh yeah, definitely. Daytona, Talladega, they're fun, but you know, we get to places like Martinsville and all that good stuff. That's where I really rather win. You know, somewhere we really got to drive. I just held it straight and tried not to wreck.
Well, you did a fantastic job tonight, DJ. Congratulations on your win. You're the point leader, by the way, I believe, once they get all the bonus points added up. But congratulations on that, and you can send your shout-outs as always.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks James Grahula for running a killer league, man. He works really hard, and especially all my teammates, Josh, all y'all, man. I could be playing Battlefield and jump in there at the last minute. They tell me what I'm doing wrong, so it really works.
Well, DJ, congratulations on your win, and we'll talk here very shortly. And Sean, I believe you have the second place driver, Josh Krupa.
I do. I've caught up with Josh. Josh, you spent a lot of your time this evening up front. What was that race like there, those last 10 laps?
It was a blast, but I'll tell you, it is one of the most stressful things ever. Looking forward to not doing this again until Talladega. Congrats to DJ on the win. We worked well together. It was a heck of a race. I'm sure, I don't know what it looked like from up there, but it was awesome down here.
Yeah, a great win for DJ. Josh, it could have been yours. It could have really been anybody's there at the end. The 3-wide racing that was going on there over the last several laps, pretty incredible to watch for the fans. What was it like for the drivers?
Well, when you're out front, you really can't do much. You're at the mercy of who's behind you pushing and their oil temperature. I know at the very beginning, I was blinking red for about 15 laps behind Yazik. So it was whoever had the best engine there pushing at the end, and DJ just had it a little bit better.
And now you guys were working with, I'm going to assume you were working with a strategy together as a team?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Our strategy was to get out of that hornet's nest immediately. So I think we put it around, lap 21 and just worked from there on out. And it worked out. We had some shenanigans with the lap cars, but you'll have that. I'm just glad we were able to come out of there unscathed. And looks like Unacceptable took a top 3, so that's even better.
Yeah, it certainly is. Congratulations to you guys. Josh, great way to start the season. And, well, you got to love the points, definitely, when you're going for a championship.
Oh, yeah, it's always great to get the points out of the way right away and not have to dig out of the hole from the beginning. Thanks to you guys for putting on the great show, as always. Unacceptable Racing, Norm Pelletier over there at MP3 Designs, of course, PRL for allowing us to race.
All right. Well, Josh, thank you. We'll see you again soon. That is Josh Skrupa, driver of the number 25 Chevrolet Silverado. And I believe Chris has now caught up with Ryan Howard, our third place finisher this evening.
Yeah, the 33 truck coming in the third position, a row of threes there. Maybe you ought to get the gambling machines there, Mr. Howard. But nice job, and congratulations on your third.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a great race. Congrats to my teammate, buddy DJ. Did a good job there. Got pretty lucky there. Running mid-pack, had some contact on pit road on that sequence of pit stops and got behind, and I was pretty lucky to have that caution come out and catch back up, and it was a great race at the end.
You were obviously in the middle of that circus, we'll call it. Fun circus at that. What were you thinking in that?
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't have the best luck at plate tracks, so Cadell kind of left the door open there. I saw they were lining about 4 or 5 up on the top lane, and DJ was stuck there by himself. So I figured if I shot the gap and got up to his bumper, at least we could make something try to happen. And it worked out. Lane was fast. Just stayed on DJ's bumper, and they weren't really able to make any headway on the top line. So it was intense. This is the first time I've ran 3 wide like that at Daytona for quite some time, so I'm just glad everybody, we had a little incident there, but everybody was real clean, and it was a fun race.
Well, Ryan, you definitely earned that third place spot tonight after starting 19th, especially with your 33 truck. Feel free to send a shout out whoever you like.
Yeah, just got to congratulate all my teammates. Good qualifying runs tonight. Thanks for the broadcast, and we'll be back on Tuesday night for Grand National.
That sounds good. And Ryan, we'll see you then.
All right, have a good one.
Absolutely. Ryan Howard finishing in the third position tonight. Sean, before we wrap this thing up and get ready for Tuesday night here in NP3 Designs Speed Weeks at Daytona, give me some final thoughts.
I'm still blown away by that 3-wide racing we saw at the very end. It's quite honestly some of the best 3-wide racing on a super speedway and iRacing I've seen to date. And hats off to those guys. Yeah, it didn't end well, but it seemed like it wouldn't end well a lot sooner. They had a really nice run there, and it was a great race. A lot of fun. And I think that is gonna do it. Let's say thanks to everyone here. A special thanks to the Premier Racing League for putting on the American Pool Supply Truck Series. Also thanks to the software and hardware that we use for our broadcast that you can see listed on your screen. And those are coming up now. There we go, Chris.
You gotta love things like that. But also thanks to our musical contributors, Eric Eckholm and Casey Lalonde, whose music you can find at the websites listed there on the screen. Now, if you need more information about future races, you can actually see them on the list on the screen, or go to globalsimracingchannel.com, where you can see our past broadcasts as well as see our future schedule. Sean is also, we're on Twitter at the GSR channel and Facebook.com/Global Sim Racing Channel. The next time we're going to be on the air with the Premier Racing League, the Sim Racing Apps Grand National Series, this coming Tuesday night for the second Daytona 200. Sean, I appreciate you coming up with us. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time, and we will see you soon.
Absolutely. So for Dougie Beard, Joe Peak, Sean Ambrose, I'm Chris Scaller. Race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.